I've decided to ask for divorce after my husband revealed that he found me repulsive the first time we made love. I don't know if this suffices as an update. I'm thankful for your support. I actually thought when I would write here people would hate me and be against me because I'm moving too fast and throwing my marriage too easily. You can't imagine how happy I'm that many of you literally could put themselves in my shoes and see the hurt. Believe me, I know myself and I know my heart. This is neither fast nor impulsive. There's no coming back for me. Maybe it's my pride, and I know pride is a sin for many people, but for me it was something that broke inside of me, and suddenly I never want to be around my husband anymore. How could a marriage work when I can't even look at my son, and the very thought of him ever making love to me again makes me want to throw up? And the fact that he thought it was okay to announce to a room full of people, some of them not even friends or family, that he thought me repulsive. How was that okay? Him sitting there, trying to convince his sister that sometimes you have to give lesser people a chance because they could turn out to be the love of their life. I have a totally different view on our marriage. I never thought him to be too good to be with me. We've always been on the same level in my mind. Equals. He has moved out now. Our son is too little for shared custody, so he's staying with me until he's older. I don't know the details yet because I have an appointment with my lawyer on Monday. Right now I just want to mourn. I feel like he should have told me what he felt and let me decide if I wanted to continue. Our marriage was built on a lie, and that he lured me in under false pretenses. I have spoken to my parents, brother and his family, and they all support me. I'm lucky to have this love in my life.
My husband's friend compared my post-baby body to his wife's. My husband said I embarrassed him with my response. My baby is 6 months. My husband's close friend's wife just gave birth a couple of weeks ago. I am naturally slim and I was extremely disciplined for the 4 weeks after I gave birth so I could lose the little baby weight I gained during my pregnancy. I would never expect another woman to do that. It's not fun. I did it because I've always been obsessive about my appearance. We went out to dinner with them last night. I ended up alone for a few minutes with his friend. He started by saying my husband is lucky and that I look even better after the baby. I appreciated the compliment at first. Then he started venting about his wife. To summarize, he said he wishes she would have stayed slimmer like I did. I told him to be patient, she literally just gave birth. He said sure, but you never looked like that. I laughed and said because I basically starved myself during pregnancy. When my husband came home this evening, he asked if I told his friend I starved myself. I explained why and he told me to never embarrass him like that again. I told him I was not trying to embarrass him. He said that it makes him look bad if I seem unstable and miserable. He said it wasn't my place to defend her and he doesn't need his friends asking him if I'm okay. I was only trying to be honest. And yes, I felt bad for his wife. She's a nice lady and her body just hasn't bounced back from birth yet. And her
wife doesn't trust any women. I'm so sick of my wife always giving me shit about other women. I have 0 female friends. I have maybe 5 women I work with occasionally. 1 out of every 20 clients are women. My wife and I literally spend every second of the day together. Yet I have to get this bloody suspicious treatment when it comes to other women. Here are a few examples. She hovers over my inbox, and for every woman who's emailed me, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Even if I've already explained to her many times over who these women are, she'll forget, and the next week she'll be asking me about the same women. I'm in sales, and if I post something on LinkedIn and a woman likes it, holy shit, she must want to fuck me. Then she spirals saying she's liked every single one of your posts. So I'll go back and check, and it will be more like 3 out of the last 10. The latest woman is on my sales team, and she works about 5,000 miles away from me. So I'm constantly having to block women I work with. Behave to be so careful with what I say to other women on the phone. I had one client terrified about something we were working on, and all I said was, "Don't worry, it will get done." The next thing I know, why are you emotionally supporting these women? They shouldn't come to you for emotional support. My office doesn't allow spouses at their Christmas party. So when I tell her I still want to go just for the dinner then leave, she starts crying on the kitchen floor, She has gone through my old emails only to give me shit for using exclamation marks, saying, "See you later," or using emojis. If I am talking to a female client right in front of her for more than 5 minutes, she accuses me of talking for hours on end. Every time I'm writing a work message I get, "Who dat? Who dat?" asking me who it is with her suspicious tone. Some women will say something flirty to me right in front of her, but then somehow it's my fault, and I didn't respond properly. Even if I just respond with, "I've never seen you before in my life." If I get one email from a female client for a deal that doesn't go anywhere, I'm accused of hiding it from her. If I am caught off guard and a female friend hugs me, I'm fucked. Normally I can catch it and put my hand out for a shake, but not always. She tells me she needs reassurance, but I can't do it to the level that she needs. And because I can't give it to the level she needs, I'm not being a good husband and making her feel safe. I've asked her to back off, she doesn't want to. She tells me it's my behaviors that need to change. But I've changed as much as I can and I'm sick of this shit. Edit: she's definitely not cheating on me. We both work from home, and do almost everything together. I've looked through her phone many times. She has extreme PTSD. She was date raped as a teen, then tried to commit suicide. She had one BF that was a bipolar drug addict that took advantage of her financially. Then another one that probably cheated on her 30 times in 6 months. She's a perfectionist and can't see any fault in her own actions. Refused to see that her behavior as the result of trauma. Literally everything is my fault. She acted really strange when we were dating, but she had an incredibly stressful job working for a complete sociopath, so I blamed much of her anxiety on that. She has become much better over the years, but the lack of trust when I literally don't do anything. I have no interest in other women. But still this shit persists. Finally, her family treats me like gold. So I thought her coming from a great family was a good sign.
My husband got our girlfriend pregnant without discussing it with me. My husband and I are in an open marriage. We've been married for 5 years and open for the past 2 years. Currently, we have a long-term girlfriend that we have both been with for just over a year. I'm also 30 weeks pregnant and we're also excited to welcome our daughter into the world soon. Our relationship and time in the bedroom has never been better, until the other day when our girlfriend announced her pregnancy to us. I was so surprised, I didn't know she had been seeing anyone else. After I congratulated her, I asked who was the father and she said that my husband was. This was something that we never talked about at all, so I politely asked her to leave while I discussed this with my husband. Apparently, her seeing me pregnant and so excited convinced her that she was ready for motherhood herself, and she told my husband that she would be stopping her birth control. My husband never told this to me and neither did our girlfriend. So the entire time we've been together for the past few months, they were having completely unprotected sex without my knowledge, which was not part of our arrangement. I'm still his wife and she's just our girlfriend. I feel so betrayed by my husband to go behind my back like that. They don't understand why I'm mad, they think that I should be happy. I was aware that my husband has a breeding fetish, so do I, but this is much different than just role-playing situations and they don't seem to understand that. I don't know how else to express to them how disrespectful that was to me. Edit: we had an written agreement that birth control is to be used with our partners. We even discussed in that same written agreement that any pregnancies would not continue if it were to fail, but this was intentional and non-consensual.
My husband hit me for interrupting his video game. My husband is usually gone working, at the gym, or out with his friends. When he comes home, he goes straight to playing video games. I understand he wants to relax. I bring him dinner, drinks, whatever he asks me for. In the morning I bring him coffee and breakfast. I take care of his laundry and everything. He provides a good lifestyle for me and our child, and I like doing nice things for him. But I feel neglected by him. I feel like there's a hole inside of me. All I want is a little emotional connection and affection. We rarely spend any time together. He doesn't talk to me about anything. He's not mean, but he is distant and cold. He is very indifferent toward our son and barely looks at him. He doesn't kiss me or comfort me unless he wants to have sex. Is this normal? I let him even when I don't feel like it because I savor what closeness I can get from him. It sounds so pathetic, but I almost cry of happiness and I wish it would last forever. When he's finished, he's back to disregarding me. He buys me gifts which tells me he is thinking of me and I do appreciate them. But if I hug him he just puts a stiff arm around me or gives me a quick peck on the cheek. I've wanted to tell him how I feel for a while but I couldn't find the right words and time. I didn't want him to think I didn't love him. He was playing a game last night. I brought him a drink he didn't ask for as an excuse to see him. He said that I looked sad and asked what was wrong. It felt good that he noticed for once, so my feelings slipped out. He said, "I'm focusing right now, I'll talk to you later." I rolled my eyes and muttered, "Sure you will." He put his controller down, came over to me and hit me with the back of his hand. It was so forceful I stumbled and he steadied me. He said, "There's your attention, don't interrupt me again." This morning he told me that he shouldn't have hit me so hard. Before he left he told me, "I'll take you somewhere nice soon, I want to see you smile." He said he loves me. He usually doesn't say more than, "I'll see you later." I feel surreal. My face still aches. I had to get this bruise for him to show me the little softness I want so badly.